everyone, it's Darby with rejoiceandcreate.com, and today I have a little bit of a guilty pleasure for you because I was trying to find a way to package up something which you shouldn't have around too much or too often, but I like to have them once in a while, and that is the Hostess Zinger, or the Twinkies, or the Ho-Hos. They're all about the same size. And you could certainly package it in some kind of a box or some kind of a bag, but I wanted to find something a little bit more fun. And what I came up with was this. And it's easy, it doesn't take too many supplies, but it's a fun way to gift one of the individually wrapped Hostess cakes, whether it be a Twinkie, a Zinger, or a Ho-Ho. But let me show you what it takes to make it. You start with 2 pieces of cardstock or thicker designer series paper that are 6 inches long by 1.5 inches wide. For the wrapper on the outside, you need a 4 by 6 inch piece of patterned paper. And I'm using some of the Color Theory paper for the people who don't like pink for Valentine's Day, or if you want to wrap it for perhaps a birthday. You'll need some ribbon, and this time, because I'm going with a blue theme, I'm going with a Night of Navy crinkled seam binding ribbon, although I'd love to have some white seam binding ribbon. And for the label, I'm going for a piece of Whisper White. Now I'll use some of the Dapper Denim ink, and I'm also going to use the Everyday Label Punch and the Labels to Love stamp set because I'm using the outline stamp. But I think inside this time, I used the Love last time, but I also have another stamp from Simon Says Stamp, which is the XOXO. I thought would look cute in there as well because it would fit nicely. And it's the Really Like You by Simon Says Stamp. And I like the I Really Like You, but that one didn't fit in there, and I Really Like You are my favorite. So I will link those if someone was interested, but I'm going to use the Everyday Label Punch with this one as well. Alright, let me pull this out and I'll show you how I scored it. Alright, with your 6 by 4 inch piece of paper, put the 6 inch side up, and we will score it at 1 1/4 inches. 2 3/4, 4, and 5 1/2. Get that on there. And this 1/2 inch strip is our glue strip. So go ahead and fold and burnish your score lines. Okay, and on that 1/2 inch glue strip, I'm going to just put a piece of tear and tape. And try to put it right up next to the score line, because that'll close it up well. Okay, so we'll take the backing off of that and we'll put together our sleeve. So we have a rectangular sleeve. Put that aside for a minute, and let's go ahead and bring in our strips. And what I did for the strips was if you have a 12 inch piece, you could certainly have a 12 by 1.5 and just fold it this way. But what I did was I put tear and tape on both ends. And then you take the backing off. And even if I had a 12 inch piece and I would fold it in half, I would still put tear and tape on both ends because that gives me that nice flat edge on both of the ends. So go ahead and take those off and line them up. And stick it together. And then what I did was I took a 1/8 inch punch, and right inside the glue line, I centered it between the 2 edges, and I just punched a hole. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our Zinger in, and how I did that was I opened it like this, and I just slid the Zinger in sideways. So it was like that. Then I just slid it into the sleeve until it equal amounts stuck out on both ends. And then what I did was I took my ribbon and I put it through the bottom hole. Well, I put it through Oh, I made sure my seam was down on the bottom. There's a seam, so I'll turn that down to the bottom. And I stuck this through this way. And then pulled it around and stuck it up through the other end, because I'll tie the bow in the front. Alright, so just take a minute and make sure your ends are tucked in, and make sure your ribbon is flat on the back. Okay, so pull that up and we're going to tie a bow here on the front. Oh, I told you I was going to tell you how long this ribbon is. Let's see, that is 16 and looks like another 10, so let's say about 26 inches. Alright, so now we'll go ahead and tie a bow here on the front. And I like the seam binding ribbon because it has a nice poofy appearance to it. It makes your bow look nice and poofy. Alright, let's go ahead and cut edges now. Where's my... Okay. Alright, so let's set that aside for a second and we'll do the label. And I've got my Labels to Love outline. And let's go ahead and stamp that. XO punch from the Simon Says stamp. And let me get that the right way, XO. Alright, let me take my everyday label punch and line that up. Alright, so I have my 1/8 of an inch hole punch, and I'll go ahead and punch a hole right there. And I also have some of the silver baker's twine. It's a white baker's twine with a silver on it, silver accents, and I think I'll give it a little bit of a sparkle. Kind of nice to have a little sparkle even for people that don't like the pink. You can have a little sparkle. Alright, let me just tie it right under the bow. To keep it in place, I'm just going to go ahead and put a little piece of foam underneath it. And I'm down to the end of my dimensionals, so we'll just use my sides and ends. Alright, so bring that around to where you want it, and just go ahead and stick it. What a fun little way to gift a guilty pleasure of a Zinger. That every once in a while, you can treat yourself to a Hostess Snack Cake. And I hope you enjoyed the video and give it a try. If you need more information, please go to rejoiceandcreate.com. And as always, until we meet again, I hope your days are blessed. Bye!